which is a lot this week because Christmas Countdown. I lost quite a bit of sleep over it. It literally broke my heart. One eternity later. Hello Lovely Bookworms, I'm Esmay from Paradise with Pages on Instagram and also on Twitter, and welcome to a new video of Christmas Countdown. So today's video I'm going to be talking about some holiday recommendations for books you can read, hence the hat, and without further ado, let's just get into it. Okay, so I made a list of 5 books that I think would be great for this holiday season. They're not the same as the ones I recommended last year, so if you want to see that video, I'll link it up here somewhere. I think it's this side. So let's start with the first book. The first book I'm going to show you is actually a book that I borrowed, but is nonetheless a big recommendation, and that is A Great Goddesses by Nikita Gill. This is actually Femke's book, so thank you Femke for borrowing it. But I really liked reading it this time of year. I think reading poetry or prose, which is what this book is really great for the holiday season because you can just read a couple of them and then continue on with all the festivities. So you're not stuck in a book of 800 pages, if you know what I mean. That said, this is actually about Greek mythology, so the gods and goddesses, hence Great Goddesses. And I thought it was absolutely amazing. Of course, there's always something that you might not like as much as other stories. I think personally this is more prose than poetry than anything. But that said, I did really enjoy it. Also, something that I really loved about this one is that it has illustrations, which is absolutely stunning. And I think this is a nice book of poetry, well, prose, to read during the holidays. That gets us to book 2, which is also very clearly wintry themed, at least in my opinion, and that is Romanov by Nadine Brandis. If you know, I've read this one recently and absolutely loved it. The storyline is great. It is actually about Anastasia during her time with her family when she goes into exile, so it's really interesting to read from that perspective. Do keep in mind it's not a historical book, it is fiction, though there are quite a few things in this book that have truly happened and the author actually mentions them at the end of the book. That said, I absolutely loved the ride of it. It was great. I loved the romance. I love everything that happened, and it literally broke my heart. But I think it was such a magical and wintry read that it would be perfect for the holiday season. I think we're going through these books pretty quickly, but you know, then you can just start reading them, right? That said, we're getting to book 3, and book 3 is Evenfall by Gaia J. Koss and Boris Koss. This follows Ember, who finds herself in an entirely new world and realizes that she has powers. This is not necessarily a wintry book, but I found it so magical that I think it would be perfect to read for this holiday season. Also, I think that it's truly underrated and it's absolutely amazing, so that's also why it's on here. That said, I think you should definitely check this out. You'll love it. Also, you'll fly right through it, which is also great for the holiday season. Okay, so 2 more books on this list. Quick video, I know. Please excuse me. The semi-last book is The Forbidden Wish by Jessica Corey. I'm very bad at pronouncing names. Sorry about that. That said, this was such a magical read as well. This one follows the genie and Aladdin, and the genie in this case is not male but female. I think the storyline in this book is really great. I also love the way the world was built, and the characters themselves are just... I love them so much. This was a true surprise for me in 2018 when I first read it. Also, when I read it, I haven't read it since. But it was such a great book. I think I read it in one sitting. That was how into it I was. But that's okay. And I think that you will love it just as much as I did. And who doesn't like a magical read during the holidays? In my opinion, I've saved the best for last. Not because it's the best book on this list, but because it's the biggest wintry themed book on this list. And that is The Wolf Wilder by Catherine Rondell. I'm pretty sure I've never talked about this before, but I want to start off by saying that this one is stunning on the inside. It actually has illustrations with every new chapter and also big illustrations. Let me see if I can find a big one. one eternity later. I have found one. As you can see, it also has big illustrations. This story is actually about a girl named Feodora, or Feo, who lives with her mother and also quite a few wolves, which is not really accepted in Russia, where this takes place. And then her mother is taken. So that's where the story starts. That's also the main premise of the book, get her mother back. But the journey is just so wintry. She has to plow her way through meters and meters of snow, accompanied by a few human friends, but also a few wolf friends. And I thought it was absolutely amazing. I think I also read it during the Christmas season, which made it even better for me. It really, really helps the entire atmosphere of this book. So if you can read it in wintertime, it is great. Especially holiday time. It gives you all the right feels. So that's why I saved this one for last. It's stunning inside and out, both the story and also the illustrations. I also really love that it shows you a lot more of Russia and the Bolsheviks, if I'm not mistaken. And in general, I just thought it was such a good book and I couldn't wait to reread it. So these were all my books on my list of recommendations for you guys. I know it's a quick video, but I hope it helped you anyway. That said, this is the end of the video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and press the little bell icon so you get post notifications every single time that we post, which is a lot this week because Christmas countdown. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!